Evening. Welcome to, or afternoon or morning, whenever you're listening to us. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong.
You sound a little muffled.
I'm a little nasally.
Yes.
I think this is the worst day. You know, you start getting a scratchy throat, which I knew when I went to bed last night, coughed all night, and then today is just, I'm zapped.
A couple of days, and then it'll start going the other direction.
And my desk looks like it's about to walk away. I'm not able to concentrate, get anything done, and there's a bunch of stuff that needs done, but we're going to get through it.
We are.
Hopefully it's the only one. It's too early to get a flu shot, for crying out loud.
Are they giving those away yet?
Well, yeah,
I don't say giving away. They don't give them away anymore.
They've been doing it all summer.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a lot of racing to talk about. There was a lot this past weekend. We have a lot coming up this coming weekend, and we still have 6 weeks of racing.
We do.
And finally, September is having nice weather. It's been a few years since September has been nice, and hopefully that's a prelude to October. Because we have some great shows.
We have some big shows in October. We sure do.
Starting with last week, we had the PGG 100 presented by our good friend Jimmy Thompson and Thompson Builders with the McGonigal engine late models, and it was a co-sanctioned race with CRA.
When it was originally put together, it wasn't.
It wasn't, and it was officiated by CRA. We're going to be real careful.
Yes, I know.
But Billy Van Meter and Jack Dawsey Jr., or it's not Jack Dawsey Jr., Jack Dawsey the third, are battling pretty closely for the points lead in the McGonigal engine late models. And Billy Van Meter set fast time. Quinnten Bear, the 94 car, was second quick, and Jack Dawsey the third was third quick, so there was only 4 points difference there.
What I'm impressed with, we had 26 late models there. That was a heck of a turnout for the late model division.
And I looked at it, and it wasn't necessarily because it was a CRA race. There was
right.
2 cars there from Angola. One of them we had never seen before, and one gentleman from Columbus or Ohio that hadn't raced with us before. And then we had several of our guys that weren't there. So I mean, that gives me, I think Jack Neal and I counted 4 or 5 cars that weren't there that race with us on a regular basis. So if anything, that gives me good solace that we got a good, strong field going into the 2015 season. But we're not done with this one yet. We've got championship nights coming up this week presented by our good friends at Intersect, and we'll talk about that a little later. But then the feature, it was exciting. It was actually a good race for the fans to watch. It just took forever.
It did.
We never had I suppose the biggest incident we had was when Chris Hacker kind of got punched up.
Yes.
I mean, there was a gaggle of cars there. I think it was a racing deal.
It looked like it was.
He was on the outside, and they pushed him up into the wall, and boy, that tire popped.
It did.
When he hit,
but he was okay.
Up the front end. Chris is okay, frustrated.
Yes.
But I talked to him after the race. He'll be back this week, I'm sure. But he was running a good race. A bunch of cars were running good races. Jason Atkinson led the biggest part of the race.
He was dominant.
And for some reason, his was the only car that did it. Right down towards the end, we had a couple of late cautions, and word I got is he ran out of gas. But nobody else did, and we talked to Terry Broyles after the race, his car owner and chief mechanic, and said they topped it off before the race started, so I don't know if maybe there was an issue with the pickup and the fuel cell or the carburetor or something, but that's too bad because Jason had a good car.
You did.
Quinnten Bear ended up coming home in the first place. It was a popular win according to the crowd.
Quinton's a young driver, about 16, 17 years old.
Again, if you're just a fan, it was a good, exciting race. There was a lot of action. If you're a diehard race fan, you might not have agreed with some of the calls there towards the end. Quinton's a little rough, and we're going to have a little discussion this Saturday night.
You think it might be the age?
I'm sure it's inexperience.
Yeah.
I actually talked to his dad yesterday, and because he did the same thing over at Winchester, and he's been warned at several other races. So, of course, they were warned by the CRA officials, but I got to be honest, I don't understand, and I'm not going to try to stir controversy here, but I'm pretty sure that the call would have been different if we would have made it. But there towards the end, when Quinnten obviously caused the the 20 car or the 18-1 to spin, and the 20 and 18 were run pretty close together. The other one just spin to avoid a major incident. They put the 20 and the 18 car to the tail.
They didn't do anything in the 94.
And one of them, and I can't honestly remember if it was Mark Lambert or if it was Jack Dawsey
the third.
But one of them spun just to avoid from smashing up. But they put them to the tail and give Quinnten Bear his spot back, which was in the lead. No, it wasn't in the lead. It was on the front row with Jason before he ran out of gas.
One of the things I noticed about Quinnten, and I think Kenny and Bill probably doing a lot of painting this week, he rubbed that wall.
It's done. He just finished it up before I left. The track just looks good as new.
It does.
So that's done. And Quinton's a good young man.
He is.
I mean, I think he has a lot of respect for his elders and everything. He's just new to the sport, and I guess that's one of the things you run into, you know. The emphasis now is on younger and younger, and when you do that, you get maturity and then experience.
He actually apologized during his interview there to Danny Trent, because him and Danny had connected and it cut a tire on Danny's car. So, but he did apologize for that.
But hats off to Quinnten Bear and Jeff Markham, who just kind of laid back and stayed up there with the leaders. Had a good, strong second-place finish. Ronnie Rose hadn't raced a whole lot with us this year.
He's had some issues with the car. Yeah.
He finished third. Greg Van Alst was fourth. And hats off to Kent Ballage in the 32 car, who finished in fifth place. Kent was right up there and got kind of ping-ponged around and shuffled back a little bit, but came back and finished strong fifth. Jack Dawsey, the third, finished in sixth place on the lead lap, and Mark Lambert was right behind him by virtue of the fact that he did have to go to the tail. Billy Van Meter ended up finishing in 14th place. He had it run into another incident, I think, later on, and really came back out, and there wasn't any doghouse on the front of the car, but he came out and finished in wisely so his points racing and finished 14th. Another young man I want to give a hats off to is Thomas Hufford in the 811
Yes, I was going to say the same thing.
Was running a very strong second late in the race.
Right behind Jason Atkinson.
And something broke in the front end and the suspension, and he didn't hit it hard, but he hit the fourth turn wall, and it was broke, so it couldn't go any further. But look for good things out of him.
He was doing a great job.
Out of Thomas Hufford. Yes. Because he ran a great race. So and our thanks to Paul at PGG, and again Jimmy Thompson at Thompson Builders, and Jack Neal at Motion Motors for helping us out with this race and making it a little stronger. We're not done with late model racing.
No, I think we got a couple more yet this year.
We also had the Winged Outlaw Figure 8 Series. Disappointed once again in the car count. It looked like we had 10 cars.
10 or I think 11 were in the pits, but 10 actually raced the feature.
And we don't have feature results, so you're going to have to tell me.
Chris Green was the winner of that one there, and Chris basically led it from start to finish, but it wasn't easy for him. He had Mike Hadley Jr. on his tail most of the time, and then behind them you had Jacob Garrigus, Ben Tunney, and then Fred Bear. Those all three were battling behind Hadley and Chris Green. So there was some contact there with Garrigus and Green, but Green came out ahead on that one there. It was just basically racing at that point.
I understand Garrigus in the 07 car took his teammate out, Fred Bear, in the 94 car.
Twice. He did it twice, but Jacob is another one of those youngsters that's very aggressive. But I think as maturity will set in here in the years to come, he'll turn out to be a very good racer. I'm not saying he isn't now, but you can see the aggression.
Thunder Roasters were back in action. John Robbins set fast time, and Mark Dietzen won the heat race. And who won the feature?
Doug Duggar.
That's like two in a row for Doug, isn't it?
Yeah, Doug is started the first year. He wasn't up there toward the front there, but he's found his groove now and then doing a good job.
Well, it was a great night. We had a good crowd on hand, and it was just a fun night at the racetrack. Just like I said, the late model race took way too long, but it wasn't. I really can't. We did have a red flag, which made it real quick to get a leak all the way around the track, but that wasn't the reason it took so long. Honestly, I don't know. It seemed like we had a lot of cautions. We must have, because Kent Carson in the 3-car ended up just one lap down, and he had been passed several times because he kept getting the lucky
And he
dog.
got, I think, the 10th place, didn't he? So
he did.
It just proves to you, just hang in there and get a good finish out of it.
Well, on Sunday, I ventured over to Ohio to a track I hadn't been to in many, many years, Kilcare Speedway over in Xenia, Ohio, which is just on the other side of Dayton. If you ever get a chance to go out over there, I mean, I was really jealous. It's a very clean track, very well kept. The people are just super friendly, and they run the track the way that it's supposed to be run. And I was very, very glad. I mean, they were very hospitable to us, and we went over there for the CRA Super Series race, which was a pretty good race. I mean, if you've ever been to Kilcare, it's pretty much a round track with some transition banking and some hills.
Fourth, or maybe a little bit bigger than a fourth?
They say it's a third.
Third, okay.
So, but we watched a good race there, and Brandon Oakley was able to hold everybody off and win the race. Ross Kenseth was over there. He finished fourth. I think he's second in points now, next to Travis Braden. So,
is their next race the Winchester race?
No,
they still got another one yet.
Their next race is at Indianapolis Raceway Park a week from
Sunday.
Sunday.
That's right. Forgot about that one. Yes.
So, like I said, go over to Kilcare if you ever get a chance. It's pretty good. They got a drag strip there too, which is pretty neat. So
good deal.
Then, what else? What else did I do? Facebook. I know every time you eat and take a shower.
You need to do a Facebook so you can remember what you did.
I do want to, a couple of things. I mentioned last week that I was supposed to go to Denver to the football game week from Sunday night, and RJ's dad had a heart attack in Houston, who he's doing much better and is out of the hospital. But unfortunately, his wife, RJ's stepmom, Elaine, passed away Sunday morning.
Oh, no.
And it's kind of strange, and you don't ask questions why things happen, but John, RJ's dad, visited her Sunday morning and got to spend some time with her, and shortly after he left, she passed. Oh. So, the arrangements are still pending, but they are going to be bringing her back up here. She's from Kokomo.
Okay.
So we'll try to get something up on our website when that happens. And then I just realized this and didn't know it, but if you go to Winchester Speedway and you notice the guy there at the gate, kind of a bigger guy, Mike Friend, passed away. And he worked that track gate forever. In fact, he was there on Labor Day weekend this year. But
I know which one you're talking about.
I'm not real sure what happened, but it just says from an illness, so evidently he must have been ill Labor Day, and nobody knew it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, our hearts and prayers go out to Mike's family and all the folks at Winchester Speedway, because he'll be hard to replace over there.
Yes, he will.
With that,
wow.
This Saturday night is our first of two season championships at Anderson Speedway. This week, our season championships are presented by our good friends at Intersect. And when we come back from our break, we're going to talk to the lady that's the executive director. But we've got the season championships. These are all double points races and a little longer features. The McGonigal engine late models, our street stocks, and the Thunder Roasters will all be in action this Saturday night for season championships. Always a big night at the Speedway, so
always fun.
Put us on your calendar. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to speak with Carissa from Intersect. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. We'll be right back.
When I was a boy, we had family pitch-in dinners on Sunday, so I knew on Saturdays Mom would be in the kitchen baking pies, and especially sugar cream pies. I will never forget pulling a chair up to the table. I always turned the chair around back so I could perch on my knees while watching Mom take her fingers and flute the pie crust. You know, that little squiggly thing all the way around. And of course, after the pies were baked, we would beg and plead with Mom, only to have her put her foot down and say, nope, we were not going to get any pie until everybody came by tomorrow. But on Sunday at the family gathering, that first bite of pie was always worth the wait. Mom's a little older now, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy freshly made sugar cream pies together. Now, instead of Mom making them, I pick up a Wix sugar cream pie. They use simple, fresh ingredients because of Wix rigid freshness standards. The wholesomeness and taste of their pies is better than Mom's. But don't tell her I said that. Now you can pick up a Wix sugar cream pie at most of your local grocery stores. Just look for them in the frozen dessert aisle. I'm Brownie, and I can honestly say about Wix pies, you don't just eat them, you enjoy them.
50 years ago, Tom Raper sold his first camper off a dirt lot in Richmond, Indiana. Since then, Tom Raper RVs has grown to be one of the largest RV dealers in America, selling the top brands at the best prices. That's why folks like you come from all over the Midwest to buy their recreational vehicles from Tom Raper RVs. Why, we reckon we've sold over 100,000 campers since we started. That's a lot of campers. That's a lot of fun. Tom Raper RVs in Richmond or online at tomraper.com.
Heart attack, stroke, serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings? Or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
Wow.
We're back. Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. We're back doing Tune Tag. That was an easy one.
That's for you. You like those songs.
We're trying to get a hold of Carissa Knight Wilkerson with Intersect to talk about what they actually do for the community. If you've been out to the track, you know every time we have a yellow flag, it is brought to us by our folks at Intersect and Indiana Tobacco Cessation Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. So,
wow.
Carissa, they do a lot of great things, and I'm hoping that Wade can connect with her.
Good.
But first of two season championships coming up this Saturday night, the McGonigal Engine Late Models, Street Stocks, and the Thunder Roasters. Pretty tight race for the late models, even though I say that and I haven't got the points done yet from the weekend. I think this cold or whatever has affected my brain.
Your brain?
So, but then a week from Saturday, the second of our two season championships, is going to be really neat for several reasons. First of all, kids. That's Kids Bicycle Night.
Yes, kids have fun with that every year.
We're going to have the bicycle rides. We will have the season championships for both of our front-wheel drive divisions, the Oval and the 8, and also our Thunder Cars. And there is 1 point difference separating Curtis Chapman and Robbie Wyman. So that should be interesting. I mean,
exciting.
That's so close that, qualifying's very important, and it'll go back and forth all night with the heat races. So it'll come down to the feature, I'm sure, but it should be pretty entertaining. But the big news is that night, it's Fan Appreciation Night, and on the 27th, it will only cost $5 for adults to get into the Speedway.
Oh, wow.
We're going to pack the house.
Yes, we are.
The weather's looks like it's going to be good, hopefully, through the rest of September, and I want to see a big crowd before
I do
the
too.
snow flies.
Yes.
So $5 a week from
What was that word you just,
Saturday.
that 4-letter word you just used?
Snow.
Don't say that right now.
Somebody at Rotary Club today said there's exactly 100 days until Christmas.
Did you slap him?
How you like that? That means cold. But then when it gets to Christmas, that means there's only 2.5 more months before we get back on the racetrack. So. Oh, man, I'm behind. And then also after our season championships this Saturday night, take the folks and run down to Indianapolis, or Lucas Oil Raceway Park down in Clearmont on the west side of Indianapolis and watch the Fall Brawl that CRA puts on every year.
That on the 28th September?
That would be 1 day before my birthday.
Oh, that's right. What a birthday present.
And you'll be able to see all the CRA divisions and the VORS Compact Touring Series.
The last time the VORS was there, was it like 60-plus cars that was there?
Mm-hmm.
And they put on a great show.
Yeah, they did. So looking forward to going down there a week from Sunday.
Our starting times the next 2 weeks, we open the gates at 5 and we race at 8 o'clock.
And then we'll go to various times in October,
Yes.
and we'll keep you posted on that. And like I said, we got some great races coming up in October. We've got twin 50s with street stocks and late models on the 4th, 1,000 to win, 150 to start with the late models, and I think it's $750 and $100 to win, $100 to start in the street stocks. On the 11th, we have the Paint the Night Pink, which is going to be
a big
huge.
Night. Big night.
Dave Ernston's in the UAW Community Hospital, Med Express. Several organizations are helping. Last year, they raised over $22,000 for breast cancer awareness, so we're hoping to top
That's
that
fantastic.
this year. Then we've got our Triple 100s, the middle of October, and we're going to finish out the year with a big night of thrills on Halloween week with fireworks. So
That'll be great.
bunch of stuff coming on. Go to our website at AndersonSpeedway.com. Like us on Facebook, and if you do Twitter, twit.
We might let the people know that from here on out that if, and let's hope it doesn't happen, but if we do have a postponement on a Saturday night, we will move it to a Sunday afternoon.
We will, and that's for all events. I can't post the times yet for the rain dates because it depends on if it happens, if the Colts are playing the afternoon or the evening game. So we don't want to run up against the Colts, as great as they are. Let's see, what is their? Oh yeah, they're 0-2.
Don't even go there now.
What's Denver? Oh yeah, Denver's 2-0, aren't they?
Don't even go there right now. It's still early in the year.
You say, Coach?
Okay.
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't even get on my. I won't get on my soapbox.
Last week we announced our new division next year.
Yes.
And a lot of interest, and I knew it was going to happen, and I was afraid to announce it too early, but we have, because the rules aren't quite. We're still tweaking them, and we don't want to put something out and have guys go out and build the cars and then have to switch and change everything. So give us another week or so, and we should have the rules out for our new front-wheel drive, our new figure 8 division coming up. But they're going to be basically stock, kind of like the street stock cars.
That'll be cool.
So
I like that.
We're not going to have the big old cow catchers on the front. They're going to be real figure 8 cars like they used to race in the past. So the drivers are going to have to win instead of the cars and the push bumpers.
Right.
So
I think that'll be
looking forward to that. I'm working on the schedule for next year. That's starting to come along. Don't know. I'd like to have some folks' input on one thing in particular, and that's sanctioning bodies. I use several throughout the year.
Yes.
Some have been good, some have not been good, and I'm anxious to hear some people's comments on, what they would recommend or what they would like to see at the Speedway before I finalize anything on the schedule. So give me an email, rdawson@andersonspeedway.com or info@andersonspeedway.com. They both come to my desk, so appreciate it.
I think one of them that we've been real pleased with is Vors. It's been there a couple times
Dan
this year.
Redmond in that Vors Compact Touring Series could not be any nicer. Every time you talk to him, whether it be on phone or in person, is what can I do to help you?
Right.
He's concerned with keeping racing strong, and for the fans, for the competitors, and he realizes that the racetracks have to be strong too.
Absolutely.
So,
he understands it. He gets it.
I really, really, really enjoy working with Dan Redmond, and it looks like we're going to have them a few more times next year. So
good deal.
We'll see him.
And they put on some great shows.
Yeah, we'll see him next Sunday at Raceway Park.
Yes.
So this Saturday night, once again, it's the season championships presented by Intersect, the McGonigal Engine Late Models, Street Stocks, Thunder Roasters. Gates open at 5. We will race at 8 o'clock. Qualifying at 6:30. Got a little chilly Saturday night when the sun went down, but the sun never did come out hardly all day.
No, it got chilly, and then even though there wasn't that much of a wind, it folks, if you only knew what he was doing to me here in the studio. There wasn't much wind, but just once that sun did go down, what little that we did get to see, the chill kind of set in. But
when it starts getting hot or cold like that, I like to turn the lights on. It gives me an artificial sense of warmth.
Yeah. But you don't want to try to get them on any earlier, because the earlier you turn them on, that just means it's getting darker earlier, and it means that it's going to get colder sooner.
If you see Kenny Wright when you're out at the track, just about everybody knows who he is. Thank him and tell him what a great job that the track looks like. I mean, keep in mind, folks, that place is 68 years old, so it's not going to look like a pristine, brand new facility. And he does one heck of a job. He does the mowing, the trimming. He paints the wall.
I would say, you tell me how many tracks that run on a weekly basis that paints their walls week in and week out, makes it look nice from one week to the next. I don't know of too many.
He's just very particular about it.
Yes.
And the grass in the infield looks good. I mean, he just does a fantastic job. And there's a lot of stuff that he does that you don't realize on the infrastructure. So had a very good meeting with the city last week. Hopefully we'll keep you abreast of that down the road. Maybe some things might be happening.
Good.
The little 500 is still getting great press, and everybody's looking forward to next year's. I talked to Kevin Katansky and Danny Ernstis. They're
ate up with it, aren't they?
So
it'll be here before you know it.
Again, one more time before we go off the air here, you better say hi to Aunt Jenny.
Hi, Aunt Jenny. How are you doing?
I'll say hi to Libby and Louie, but I haven't seen Aunt Jenny for a while. I'm going to have to
you need
get
to
over
see
this cold and go over and
there you go.
Go over and see you.
She'd be
I'll
happy
be over
to
there
see you.
soon, Aunt Jenny, as soon as I get well. The McGonigal Engine Late Models, Street Stocks, and Thunder Roasters will be there this Saturday night for the season championships. This is all presented by our good friends at Intersect. And hopefully we'll get a hold of I believe it's Caressa Knight Wilkerson next week, so she can tell us about her great organization. We appreciate you spending the time with us. We look forward to seeing you at the racetrack Saturday, and join us again, same time, same station, wherever it might be next week.
That's right.
So for Gary Long, I'm Rick Dawson. We'll see you at the racetrack. Thank you, Wade, over in Delville.